Okay, so yeah, welcome everybody to today's next level session. Just a reminder, as always, the replays of these are at insiderealestate.com/webinars. We had a pretty good session yesterday, I think, about 35 ways. Heather, if you want to show that, insiderealestate.com/webinars, 35 ways to fuel KV Core with fresh contacts and leads. And when we started the webinar yesterday, we didn't know it would be 35 ways. I named it after. So there were 35 of them on there. So definitely share that video with your team, other people who could use that information right there. So yeah, Heather and I was kind of rushed getting in today. Thursday's been a little challenging. We didn't have a set topic today. We figured we'd just do a viewer-led session. So if anybody has any topics that you would like us to kind of explore related to KV Core or driving traffic to your website, we're here for you. While we wait for that, Heather, what have you been working on lately? What's been the biggest thing that's come up with coaching clients the last week or so?
Oh gosh, I think the biggest thing, because I worked with a lot of new people, is importing their leads correctly.
Hey, that's a good topic. Yep.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned to me that one of the biggest challenges you're seeing is kind of having the import list, the CSV, in the right format prior to the upload.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, so if you've got, let's go to marketing. Nope, lead engine, my bad. And the bulk import, I always say to use the template, because a lot of people, what they end up doing is just throwing in a bunch of leads with their name, phone number, email, and that's all you get. And when you do that, the problem becomes you don't know anything about this person, and then you have to go back in and manually change them to all sorts of stuff. So if you can get their, for sure, get their status and lead type incorrectly, also hashtags if you want them. But then the other thing I always say is over here, these two columns, if you can get even just an area, whether it be a zip code or a city and an average price, that's going to set all those people up on listing alerts straight out of the gate. And if you don't do that, then you have to literally go into each person and set up a listing alert. And that can be super, super time consuming. So even if you're not 100% sure what they're looking for or whatever, you can even do a very broad listing alert that at least the system is sending them something. And then when they start clicking on things and coming back to the website, you can refine what their search alert is based on what they're looking at. But nothing's bringing them back to the website if you don't have them on a drip campaign and a listing alert. And this listing alert will get set up automatically for you if you have those two things inside of it.
Yeah, and so, this is specifically related to people when they first start using KV Core. We have the import tool on the lead engine page. Now, just to remind everybody, Heather, we do have a service that does this for you. If you go to that page, you'll see two options there. Heather, if you want to show everybody.
Yeah, they do.
the important thing to think about, I think, Heather, your point is that you should make sure that the sheet you give that team is full of these details.
Correct. Yes, because if they're not, then they can only import what they can import, basically.
Good point.
And if it's not super obvious, sometimes people will send something over and think the status should be the status, but if it's labeled something else and it's not one of these statuses, then it's not going to import right. Even if you sent them a list with a status, if the status doesn't match these statuses, they can't.
The way that they're named.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So, so even if you are already underway using KV Core, maybe you did your initial import, from time to time, you might find yourself with a list of 20, 50 people for whatever reason. Maybe you had an event, you collected a bunch of names or something. So this is a really good tip just to keep in mind. Mm-hmm. But before you have us do the import, or before you do it on your own, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I did a lot of that this week, and I did a lot of getting your lead sources correct this week as well.
Yeah, that's so important. That's something I'm really bad at. Actually, not bad at, but it's easy to forget when you have a new lead source to make sure that it's going into the system in a strategic way. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, just that they have it even set up to begin with, and have it set up with the right key on the right level, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. So every time you have a new lead source, guys, you want to make sure it's coming in with the right parameters, because all the automations are driven by by those sources and the hashtags.
Correct.
We got a great question here, Heather.
Mm-hmm.
Let's expand it out on my screen. Here it is from Rich. I'll go ahead and read it. Is it possible to bring an outside landing page into the Smart CRM? So it's got a third-party system called Dub and has a video landing page. So I'll let you answer, Heather. You're probably gonna answer the same way I will.
Well, I guess, okay, wait, they have a video landing page that allows the call to action via video reply. It would then transcribe the reply into a text. So you're receiving a text, and that's the only way you're receiving the information?
Oh yeah, I wasn't getting that part. Well, the first thing I was gonna say while Rich answers back,
Get the video and the text.
Dub sends that back to you. The first thing I would check always is my default's gonna be go check Zapier, right? So does the Zub hook up with Zapier? Stub hook up with Zapier. Video. And Rich, do you want those leads from that landing page? You want them to just go in as a new lead into KV Core, or are you looking to update the current lead in KV Core? Okay, so you want to send them a dub. Rich is saying,
Current past clients as they close on a seller. So they're sending you back a video testimonial? Is that what you're saying? Uh-huh. So they're already in KV Core because they're your past client, correct?
yeah.
So, okay. So you're saying you want to take those videos and put them on KV Core as a testimonial? Yes.
Yeah, so
In
we
that
Go ahead.
case, I would make, so there's a couple different things you can do. You have a testimonial page, obviously, but it is just written testimonials. What you can do is you could convert it to a YouTube video and make a special page on your KV Core account that has all of your video testimonials on it. So if you go to Web and IDX, Website Manager, and you would go to Custom Pages and add a new page. You know, it could be video testimonials. And then, you know, you can use the embed code from a YouTube video. So we just happen to have this one up right here. If you go share on any YouTube video and go to embed and copy the embed code and put it back in here.
There's also a chance that Dub gives you embed code, right?
Yeah, they might do that too.
Yeah. But
And
it's
then you
always
would
good to
have
put it
that.
on YouTube because people can find your channel. It's good to have the content on your channel too.
Yeah, I would definitely put your testimonials on your YouTube channel. And then you could just go down and you can add another one and you could have a whole list of testimonials that people can click on. And I would say the other reason that I would put it on YouTube is because YouTube allows you to make that thumbnail and you want people to click on it. So you might do some text or do something that makes it enticing for people to want to click on, you know, that testimonial or another testimonial. So that's what I would do if I were you. And then that way, video testimonials, if you do this, if you make it a category, promise I can spell, I just can't type. And you save it. Oh, what did I do? Oh, my bad. Because that I would have to select a category, not make one. So I'm making one. And so you save it. And then now if I go to my website, it should be right there. And then they can go to your website and look at it there. Did that help? I hope that helped.
Yeah, that makes sense. And to, you know, you could do the custom page. You could also do them as separate blog posts and then put links to your blog posts from the page. There's some,
Mhm.
some cross-linking for SEO. That's not a big deal. Heather, you mentioned the testimonial thing. Rich is saying yes, so that definitely helped. The thumbnail thing is interesting to me. You notice how ours are green? I've been doing ours all green. And I noticed when I was watching other YouTubers, there is something to be said for making your thumbnails consistent, because when people see it in their stream, they almost know it's you right away.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
Yeah, I have a good like YouTube guy who.
He makes thumbnails?
No, that I was just gonna, just as an example.
Yeah.
Everybody always knows it's him because it always looks, it always looks the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I stole our the green that I've been doing. I stole that from Johnny Bravo, who does his black with white text. And I was like, it's almost a pattern interrupt, because I didn't see anybody else doing it like that with no image.
Oh, whoopsies. Sorry. So this is his, but you can see that it's always got him on there, his face, and it's pretty consistent.
He's not doing enough of the kind of meme crypto-y. He doesn't have his mouth open wide. That would be my favorite. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about? Who's that guy? Crypto. Check him out. He's always got his mouth open, and it's really weird.
Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Yeah, we'll go on a tangent there a little.
Okay.
So yeah, good question, Rich. And I'd be definitely, as you get more of those, definitely share your link to your testimonials. That's a big part of kind of referral marketing that we don't talk about a lot, is strategically going after those testimonials.
Right. And you could also, if you do have a testimonial, you can upload it to your BombBomb account, and then, use it as a core video inside of a marketing email. So if you did a smart campaign, you just did a template and added it to your template, you could send that out as well, to everybody, hey, here's my latest testimonial, especially to leads that aren't yet working with you or don't know you, but that you could send it straight to them if you wanted to do that. Or you could, if you don't have core video, you could always send it in your YouTube link as well. So that's another place you could send that out. I have a vacant lot I'm trying to sell. Any ideas of campaigns I can run to sell it?
Yeah. So definitely. So Brittany says she has a vacant lot. She's trying to sell it. I would definitely try snail mailing the neighbors. And the script that I would use would be something like, hey, I have this lot around the corner. If you're interested, and in the script, kind of remind them that real estate is scarce and it doesn't go down in value. Play on the fact, I bet the taxes are cheap. If it's a small lot, there's no tenant to go fix the toilet bowl for, things like that. How about you, Heather? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd also maybe that's a toughie. If you
well, what would you do on Facebook?
Yeah.
So direct mail is pretty straightforward. You just tell the neighbors that there's a lot. You might get a hit.
Direct mail, you don't have to send a series. No, I think if you're farming, absolutely you have to do a series of mail in order for it to be effective. But I think if you're just trying to sell one property, not necessarily. For Facebook, I don't know, does Facebook allow you to do new construction? I think it does.
Yeah.
You can do a Facebook ad and target new construction. And so, because I know when we were thinking about buying a new construction home, it didn't end up happening, but we were looking at both homes that are new construction, and we were looking at lots at the same time. So, that would be a good target audience for doing a Facebook ad and doing people that are interested in new construction.
Yeah. So I'm not sure we can target that. I'm going to bring up my screen if you don't mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's riff on this real quick. But I really like that angle, that idea. Can you see my screen, Heather?
Yep.
Okay. I like that idea of kind of in the creative of the Facebook ad, talking about, how it might be cheaper or more economically affordable or just more fun to, instead of buying a house, buy the lot and build on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a niche in and of itself, right? If you can work with some custom builders, I'm sure,
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, custom building is always more expensive, but there are builders that have plan, you can just buy their plans basically. And do that way. So a lot of people are like, oh, I have this builder and I really like his plan, but I need a house. I need a place to build the house, you know?
Yeah. But so you can attract that kind of buyer, and you're gonna have the builder in hand. By the way, the lease option campaign, 10 leads for $1.95 for those of you who watched that earlier this week. So what would it look like? Let's go. I'm just gonna kind of skip all the gory details here, Brittany, and just kind of we'll riff on an ad here. So this is the ad creative section. So
Well, I would like to go back to the ad set and see if we can, I'm pretty sure you can do new construction.
okay, people who are interested in new construction.
Yeah, did you make a home, did you tag it homeowner? Or I mean, housing ad, yeah.
I'll do that. Very important. And Heather's referring to the targeting here. Here it is.
Yeah.
The hardest time every time finding that. Here we go. New construction.
I think you can. No.
I know you can do things like real estate investing. But new construction. I almost, the algorithm is so good. I almost wonder how much this even matters or helps. Where you can just kind of go very broad in your market. And if your creative is good enough and you can kind of make the market with your creative, meaning somebody wasn't thinking about this idea 5 seconds ago, but then they see your ad on Facebook, you're kind of creating business where there was none before. So maybe you would do like awesome lot for sale at 123 Main Street. If you're thinking about buying a house in Pinellas County, but you're having trouble finding something that's just right. So this is kind of just joining the conversation in their head. I think that's John Caples. He's an old marketing guy, but you basically want somebody to read this and be like, oh yeah, I've been looking for a house and I can't find something that's just right. They go, one option might be to buy a lot, right, or some land, and have a brand spanking new home built on it, custom to your criteria. This particular lot might be perfect for this idea. And if you want, I can hook you up or introduce you to a few custom builders. To get the project done, something like that. Is this kind of what you were thinking, Heather? Or
yeah.
did I go, so
yeah, I just was trying to think about, I'm always thinking about the targeting, but
yeah. Well, Facebook's taking away the fun there. That's like, and the way
it's weird though, like some of the things are back, like you can now do like swimming pool again, and you can do like condos or townhome, like things that you didn't used to be able to do before. It's kind of weird. So I just didn't know if there was something we could do that was.
There's gated community.
Yeah, like you used to not be able to do that. So they've added stuff, like I've noticed lately when I've been doing ads, and so.
Yeah, it's interesting. Home building, or like even home design, it would limit it a little bit more. People who are interested in like HGTV and stuff. I don't know.
Well, you can just put construction.
Home construction.
There you go. Home construction.
So you narrow it down and you show a picture of your lot. Maybe they'll buy the lot, for this idea, but it's a good way to kind of segue in, and the lead that you generate here, they're kind of opting in to learn more about the lot, but they're also learning more about this idea. The other way you could go, so this is sort of the homeowner, somebody who wants to buy, build, and live in. The other way you could go is something like this. And I've done this before. If you're watching the Federal Reserve print money like crazy, and you're worried that the value of your dollars are going to go down as a result. So what you're just playing on something that's in the news, and whether you agree with this or not, you know that, I don't know, half the people out there, or 25% of the people out there might be thinking like this, right? And the people thinking like this tend to be people with assets already. So that's good. They can probably afford to buy a lot fast. So if you're worried that your value dollars are going to, as a result, you might want to consider owning some land, and in XYZ area, Dallas County, where I am. This lot is a perfect buy and hold. The taxes / carrying costs are minimal, and you won't have tenants calling you to plunge the toilet. I don't know, something like this. You're telling a story. And of course, land is scarce and real, unlike that funny money Uncle Jerome is printing. I'm going a little off the deep end here, but you said, you get what I'm saying. Like you're creating a reason why they would buy the land. So whether they like this lot in particular, Brittany, or not, you're getting them, primed on the ice. So that you can close it out and say, to see more details about this particular lot and all the others, the others available in this area, click now. You get the rest. So how's that? And if you don't believe, if you don't want to go all way off the deep end with the Federal Reserve and be all political about it, just say land is a good investment. A lot of people know that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she said, would you use a photo of the lot?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I would use a photo of the lot, and you got to make sure you put Spider-Man on it. Or here, let's have fun. We don't have many other questions, so let's have a little fun. So let's get our Google Draw canvas up here.
No, Canva.
I'm doing a little course for the homeschool kids here. That's what that is. Let's see. Oh, you're saying Canva. Okay, do you want to do it? You do it then. Take the screen. Good, you do it. Now you have to. You taking it?
Yeah.
Okay. You asked for it. It's your fault.
I know.
So what I want to do,
Canva's easier and better.
I'm going to give you the creative direction. I would like
Okay.
a picture of a lot, any land or lot, or if Brittany is able to quickly share it. I don't want to put her on the spot. We can just grab any picture of land. So you can just go Google Images and grab something random. But I want a picture of Jerome Powell printing money standing on the lot. We're really going off. We're going off the edge here. Okay, great. So here, do you need help finding that? If you just go to Money Printer Go BRR on Google Images or something. You can do it.
Paying money.
I don't know if that's going to be in Canva's library, but maybe it is.
No.
Here, I'll get you one. Go to Google Images for me. And just search. There's a specific meme I have in mind. Just do money printer go BRR. There you go. Popped right up. See the one where he's got the like the fifth one from the right, or one of those. So we're kind of joking around, but there is
this one.
Yeah, make it look really cheesy and ugly.
Okay.
And stick Uncle Jerome on the land, or like in the corner. I know you can do it tastefully with Canva. But the whole idea here, guys, I mean, there's a little bit of seriousness to this. Is take something that's like zeitgeist, that's kind of in the news right now, and we do this with almost any listing, and put it on the lawn, in the front lawn of the house, and tie the ad copy. In this case, we wrote the ad copy first. We talked about money printing. So we're just doing something a little pattern interrupting and weird with the land. Oh, you cut the background out. Yeah, awesome. There you go. So the funny thing is that anybody who knows this meme and they see this ad, and if they happen to believe the theory behind it that this is a bad thing. They might not agree, but if they happen to believe that, they're going to really love your ad and they're going to engage with it at a higher rate. So Facebook likes the engagement, and it's a signal. You might build rapport with somebody before they even opt into your ad. Perfect. Yeah, Canva is better. How did you cut the background out again? You showed me how to do that, but I forgot.
So when you do a thing and then you go up to edit image, you just use the background remover.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even
Takes the background out. Yeah.
Perfect. And or if you're just doing an investment, you could just have, like we did Rich Dad Poor Dad, I think last week or a couple of weeks ago. You just have a picture of Robert Kiyosaki or somebody, talking about it. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So yeah. And then Brittany's asked if we would use the same image on the postcard. Why not? If you can fit the message in on the postcard, you need to be able to tie it in on a postcard. So you might not be able to get all that text in. The safer play might just be, just for the postcard, is just do just listed 123 Main Street, scan QR code or go to this URL for price for end details. And the copy for that, it reads something like, hi, I've got one of your, I got a piece of land for sale in your neighborhood. If you know anybody who might want to buy it, let me know. And Josh Shanley, who was on last week, he's actually done a lot of this. I think he actually made a course about this at one point. And it works really well. And then on postcard, what I want to do, the ugly red arrows or circles. That's totally up to you, but I'm a big fan of ugly red arrows. But that's less important. The ugly red arrows are just about gaining attention. I think just seeing a piece of land that you've driven by 100 times in your life, if it's in your neighborhood and you see the address on the postcard, that's probably enough to get somebody to read your message. So you don't have to be as gimmicky with that. In a Facebook ad, you have to be kind of, you need to do the pattern interrupt. It helps to do the pattern interrupt. Good.
Yeah.
I'll make sure. Did Josh get back to you? If he didn't, I'll make sure he does, Brittany. Cool. All right. Thanks for the question, though, because I got to have a little fun. And that's great about Canva, Heather. Like, I just forget that you can.
Here's the picture if anybody wants it.
Cool.
Oh, actually, no. Plus and 5 to do to everybody. I keep forgetting. I keep messing that up every time I do it.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
But yeah, what's really nice about real estate is that whole idea of ADA, attention, interest, desire, and action. The sort of marketing formula. I think that was popularized in Glengarry Glen Ross. The attention part, which is basically your pattern interrupt, which is Jerome sitting on the lawn there, isn't that hard to do. Jerome kind of puts it over the top, but if you're advertising local property, that's enough to make people feel like it's about them, which is kind of arresting. And I think that's why Facebook leads are so cheap for real estate. It always feels like relevant content to the algorithm and people engage with it. And then the interest part was kind of the story, we told, like, if you believe the Federal Reserve is printing too much money. And then the desire is just rolling through in that example. The desire is, it's a tangible asset that'll go up in value while your dollar sinks. So there's a reason why they would want to buy it. And then the action is go here to get info. So I'm going on a little riff there into some marketing stuff, but I think, I think there's something to this, and Canva is a tool that enables the pattern interrupt part of it.
Okay, we had a BombBomb question. You're gonna have to do that one because I don't have BombBomb.
Yeah.
I don't have, I'll stop my screen share.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that login, Adele, I believe you can go to BombBomb's site. So let me bring my screen back up. I think there's a login with KV Core, but if it's not working correctly, let's see, BombBomb. If it's not working correctly, I might have to point you to our support because I'm not sure. But if we click login, am I in my account? Yeah, I am. So let's see if I can. So down at the bottom, I click login with KV Core. Then I'll click authorize. Hopefully it works. And then in BombBomb, I should be able to see those videos. And I believe it goes the other way, where the videos that you have in BombBomb, you can pull them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
have you tried that and did it not work? Yep. That's how to do it. Good. Mm,
And then the other question was database management. Is it possible to create an alert when someone signs in for a property boost or other trigger that brings them in as a lead to alert me if they do not have a name, email, or phone number? Don't believe so, but you can always make that filter and have it saved up at your saved up top in your KV core so that you can check it, you know, on the regular.
I'll show that. I mean, if you really, really, really wanted to do this, I think you could do it with Zapier. And the way I would do it is I would do it as a new KV core lead. We're gonna get in the weeds here a tiny bit, but oh, and by the way, guys, our KV Cores app is public now. Did you know this, Heather? Finally.
Yes, I did.
So our KV Cores, so it's easier to find. But what I was saying was, anytime you get a new KV Core lead, what you could do is you could add a filter step here. Okay. So you would use a Zapier filter by Zapier. And what you could say is only run this if the email field, I have to set this, is blank. Okay. So you would set up your fields that you're watching for. Let me grab this dog. Do you hear her?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that wouldn't work if you're doing a property boost because you're not setting property boost. He's not setting up his own Zap.
Well, I'm saying when it hits KV Core, and then a Zap would take the new lead in KV Core, and then it would run through this filter. I'll show you what I mean. And then your action.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, then you would send yourself an email or a text that says this lead didn't have.
Ah.
It's kind of like, you know, is it really worth doing? I think your answer is probably a little more elegant and just get you there faster. And Heather's answer was to just go build a filter in the Smart CRM and maybe pin it to the top up here, right?
Yeah.
So the filter would be contact details, right? And then you'd filter. Yeah. Now, very interesting. This is coming up because there was a thread in the group today about kind of doing and/or filtering, and I think we're going to start working toward that. I had a good conversation with product today.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask for your help, Heather, on defining that, but we're gonna get to a point where this is more robust. But yeah, you would filter like no phone, because I'm not even clear, Heather, does this mean no phone and no email, or
yes,
no phone
correct.
or?
It's an and.
Right. So right now, if they have no phone or no email, so you would have to do no email.
No, I mean it's or.
It'll
They
pick up
have to.
either
They have to meet both criteria
in order to show up. So if somebody has no phone and no email,
that really wouldn't happen though because
they can't get in.
They can't get in. Yeah, have to have one or the other.
Yeah.
So you can do a no phone filter and a no phone email, or no phone filter and a no email filter.
Separate.
Yeah, separately. Yes.
So I would apply filters. I think I could save them without applying. I would just say no phone. Save the new filter. And then this is a little not fun, but then you have to go up to this gear right here and you can pin it to
But you also have to click a status, don't you? Or it's not gonna. Oh no, it will.
Yeah, I think it'll just pick up all statuses if you do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I have my no phone up top. That gets you there too.
Yeah, and you might want to just have it be a new lead status because that's what you're talking about is new leads coming in. You know,
true.
because obviously then you don't have to look through anybody that was old.
Yeah, good point. So that would be how you do it, Rich. But if you want to be notified in real time, that Zap workaround will work. It's a little more advanced, but basically you hook up every new lead that comes over. It's going to check if it has an email. You could also do only continue if hashtag is property boost. If you only want to do it for your property boost leads, there's a ton you could do with Zapier here. My big question would be, look, what's the end result you're going for? You know, why do you want to know that info? So if you're planning to take every one of those and do some in-depth research into them, then maybe it is just having it emailed over, you know, worth having it emailed over to you right away. Cool.
Dude.
That's a great testimonial, Brittany. So the land listing leads, the conversational smart campaign, all I would do, I would just clone our existing conversation smart starter, and I would just change the first two messages, the email and the text, because the rest of that campaign is relevant to almost anybody. Like Dave Forward asked if they own a house, and then you would just add some other follow-ups to it, you know, related to land, you know, or you would do some mass emails about future land listings that come up as you see them. Land's a great niche. I mean, you just need to be committed to working it and know the land market. But when I was running that a year or so ago, local, the reason I turned it off was I couldn't answer all the questions I was getting. Because I'm not full-time selling, but I was getting questions about lots and I didn't have time to do the research and serve people in the right way. But people really will start to see you as a resource for their land questions. Like they'll drive by something like, hey, what about this lot at XYZ? And, you know, which is cool because then you can legitimately reach out to that owner and say, hey, I have a buyer asking me about your lot, you know? But yeah, I would just clone this campaign and change out the text and the email, but just kind of mildly edit the script that you see there, you know, to fit land. Whoa, this is interesting. So Brittany's saying she just got a listing from a birthday text to a past client that she had no idea even went out. That is awesome. So I assume the text itself just reconnected you with them, like kind of reminded them that you exist, and then they happened to have a listing. Is that kind of how the story went? Awesome. Yeah, a lot of this isn't even about the actual message, just about doing something that reminds them you exist, right? That's great to hear. So what Brittany's talking about is she used the birthday trigger campaign feature, which I'm kind of scared to show because I haven't used it in a while. I'm going to botch it up. Have you used it, Heather?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's attempt to show where that is. That is in marketing, all marketing, right here, right?
Right there, yeah.
So you can kind of change the template here, control what template goes out on somebody's birthday. And I believe it's as long as the birthday is in the contact record, and it'll go out for any of these statuses that you have checked off.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So not a hard thing to set up. You just need to be consistent about getting birthdays in the system. But you can see I have my template. Hi, first name, just want to say a quick happy birthday. And then I did, yes, it's my automated system sending this, but hey, I still mean it. Just having a little fun with it there. Kathy saying more. Kathy, were you talking about the hashtags? Or was this something else? Oh, I see.
She said the property boost only allows images to be used from the MLS. Here in Texas, the listing agent who paid for them has an agreement with the photographer to use the photos. There's not a way to put your own photos. Can you boost a property that's not yours?
You can. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You need permission. You know, it kind of follows any other marketing rules around the listing, but the system will let you do that.
So I guess I'm confused that if you have permission
right
to boost their thing, wouldn't you have permission to use their photos?
Yeah, that's where it gets hairy, Kathy. I mean, you shouldn't be. I don't want to lecture you, but you probably should be careful about using somebody's listing to begin with. I think is what we're getting at. But if they are giving you permission to boost a listing, I'm assuming they're also giving you permission to use the photograph. And it's possible there are some states where you don't need that permission. I'm just not aware of, you know, we always say, make sure you have permission, whether it's explicit or implied, you know, based on whatever your broker or your.
I brought the buyer.
Yeah. Oh, so you brought the buyer and you wanted to do like a just sold, maybe? Because we have you can do just solds now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. Kathy's saying she can't. Okay, I get it. So she doesn't have the agreements with the photographer. You don't really have permission, and you're worried about that. It's a legit feature request. I'll talk to Cameron, who oversees property boosts, and just mention that. It doesn't seem like a hard thing for us to do. I think where it gets a little tricky is quality control. But I'm kind of thinking out loud. I mean, who would really do anything that's not? The risk we have is since it's all automated, you upload something that's just totally like Jerome Powell printing money or something, you know, something crazy like that on the listing. but we'll review the feature request for sure. And Kathy, you can definitely run that on your own, you know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do it your own and maybe a picture of your happy buyers in front of the house and do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Oh, 40 minutes already. See, Heather, we don't need a set topic.
Right?
The recording won't be live on YouTube right away because I didn't stream it, Brittany, but I will just upload it as soon as we're done. It takes like 10 minutes for Zoom to give it to me, and then I'll click upload. So it'll be live in like a half hour. And with that, I don't see many other questions. My voice is getting tired. I think Heather, I think we did okay today. I think we're gonna call it a day. Now next week, just a programming note, we are gonna have maybe have some changes to the schedule. The current Zoom link today was the last day, so watch out for an email. You might not see these sessions next week. I'll be in Utah at our corporate offices, but we are still going to have, as always, our main calendar, and we have recently added Q&A sessions that occur 3 or 4 times a week that you guys can hop on, and there'll be a trainer on who you can talk to and kind of do a session like this, a few times a week. So that's just a reminder, if you go to your dashboard, you go to the top right to the view live training calendar, you'll see that. And then I'll be emailing everybody just to let you know what kind of the new schedule is. It may still be at 4 or 3 times a week. We're just figuring some things out over here. And if we don't have sessions next week, the week after, we'll be resuming this series. So thanks for the feedback and participation, Brittany, Kathy, Rich. Thanks, everybody. And I'll get the recording live as soon as possible. Thank you, Heather.
Yeah, thank you. It's fun.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Where is my Zoom? There it is.